Welcome back. In the last lecture, we have built a conceptual understanding on AKS upgrade. Now we will see that in action. I have 3 node cluster launched just before start recording this lecture. Let me show it to you. So these are the 2 commands which I run so far. AZ group create, that is to create the resource group, my resource group, and then AZ AKS create, that is to create the cluster. This time I didn't give node count 1. By default, when you don't specify node count, it will launch a cluster with 3 nodes. Let's go ahead and download the credential and connect to the cluster. Let's run kubectl get nodes command. I can see there are 3 nodes as part of this cluster. We will perform 3 steps in this demo. We will first deploy application onto this cluster in default namespace. Then we will do a cluster and node pool upgrade using AKS upgrade command. And then we will monitor all the actions or events being taken by upgrade operation. Let's start with this. First, let's check the control plane Kubernetes version. And the command for that is AKS show resource group, my resource group, name of the cluster, my AKS cluster, output table. I can see the Kubernetes version of control plane is 1.23.8, and this is the current Kubernetes version. Now let's check which Kubernetes releases are available for upgrade to your cluster. This command will show me all the versions where we can upgrade our cluster to. We have 1.24.0 and 1.24.3. So we can upgrade our Kubernetes cluster to one of these 2 versions. Now let's check the node pool Kubernetes version. kubectl get nodes. The Kubernetes version of the node pool is 1.23.8, and this is exactly same as control plane Kubernetes version. Now let's check the current node search value of the node pool 1. The command for that is AKS node pool show -- resource group, my resource group, -- cluster name, my AKS cluster, -- name node pool 1, -- query upgrade settings. Max search value is set to null, and that is by default. As we talked about it, by default node search value is 1. Now let's change the node search value to 2, and the command for that is AKS node pool update -n node pool 1 -g my resource group -- cluster name my AKS cluster -- max search 2. Hit enter. This will update max node search value to 2. I can see the command is now successful. Let's verify that max node search value now. Now it is set to 2. kubectl create deployment nginx. The name of the deployment is nginx. I'm using nginx as the image. Hit enter. So I can see nginx deployment has been created. Let's run kubectl get pods command. I can see pod is running, which is part of deployment. Now let's go ahead and create a standalone pod also. kubectl run my pod --image nginx. This time again I'm using nginx as the image, but it is not part of deployment or replica set. Hit enter. So now I have 2 pods. One is part of deployment and another is standalone pod, that is my pod. Let's run kubectl get pods -o void command to see the name of the node on which the pod is created. I can see my pod standalone pod is created on 0001, and the other pod which is part of replica set and deployment is created on 0000. Now let's go ahead and upgrade the cluster with the node pool. Before that, let's rerun the command to see the available releases. I can upgrade my cluster to either 1.24.0 or 1.24.3. Let's upgrade our cluster to 1.24.0. Somehow I was disconnected from the Cloud Shell. I just reconnected. Let's rerun the command to upgrade the cluster. So we are planning to upgrade our cluster to 1.24.0. Let me say 1.24.0. Hit enter. Kubernetes may be unavailable during cluster upgrade. Are you sure you want to perform this operation? Yes or no? So before I say yes or no, I would like to open 2 more duplicate sessions of the Cloud Shell. This is just to monitor my node status and port status. On one of the terminal, I will run the command to see the node status. So the command is while true, do kubectl get nodes, sleep 2. So 2 seconds it is going to sleep, and then echo, there is a line separator, done. So it will keep on showing me the status of all the nodes. Let's go to the third terminal. There I'm going to run the command to monitor port status. While true, do kubectl get ports -o void sleep 2 echo. There is a line separator. Done. Here I can see port status. My port is running on 0001 and Nginx port is running on 0000. Okay, perfect. Let's go back to the first terminal and say yes and hit enter. Now it says, since control plane only argument is not specified, this will upgrade the control plane and node pools to version 1.24.0. Continue, yes or no. I'll say yes, hit enter. Let's switch to the second terminal and see if there is a change. Let me open both these terminals side by side so that we can see both together. I can see there was an intermittent connection lost. And both the ports are still live. My port is running on 0001 and Nginx port is running on 0000. There is no change yet. If you remember, we updated the node search value to 2. So I'm expecting 2 nodes with version 1.24.0 to be added and join the cluster. I can see one node is being added. In fact, 2 nodes are added now. Both are in not ready state. Let's wait for a couple of seconds. Yes, now these two turned into ready state and both the nodes are running on the version 1.24.0. My old nodes are still running on 1.23.8. Now we see there are two nodes 000 and 0001 changed into ready, scheduled, disabled state. So that means those two nodes are now cordoned and being drained. If you see in the right screen, so my pod is already been terminated because that was not part of any deployment or replica and that is expected, and Nginx pod is now switched on to 0004 that is running on 1.24.0 version. Both nodes 000 and 0001 are now terminated. Those two nodes will be reimaged to 1.24.0 and will rejoin the cluster. I can see one node is coming up, that is 0001. Currently it is in not ready state. I can see other node is also coming. 0001 is now ready. Now both the nodes 000 and 001 are in ready state and we can see the version 1.24.0 for both the nodes. Now we have one node left with version 1.23.8. This node is also now cordoned and now it is terminated. This node will be reimaged to the version 1.24.0 and will rejoin the cluster. Let's wait for it. Meanwhile, one thing to notice here, my Nginx port part of deployment is not switched back to the original node and that is expected. Now we can see node is coming up and this time the version is 1.24.0. Now we can see all the nodes are in ready state and all the nodes are running version 1.24.0. Now the final step, what it is doing is it is now cordoning and draining the buffer nodes and it will delete those 2 worker nodes. And now we are back to 3 worker nodes and my Nginx is now currently running on 0001. Now we are back to same number of nodes, that is 3, and all the nodes are now running version 1.24.0. Let's switch to the first terminal. The command is now successful. Let's check the current control plane Kubernetes version with this command. Now it is set to 1.24.0, that was expected. Now let's check the Kubernetes version of node pool, that is set to 1.24.0 and that is expected. Let's check the port status. Pod is also running. My standalone pod is terminated because that was not part of any deployment or replica set. But my pod, which was part of deployment or replica set, it is up and running onto the node 0001. Right? So this is how we can do AKS cluster upgrade. Thank you.